So firstly, there are two types of formats that we are familiar with for a parabola. Okay, so one is where you've got y equals k, x plus a whole squared plus b. Now you can use different letters. Instead of k, a and b, you can use different letters. Like you can see here, they've used a in the front. Okay, so it doesn't matter what you use, as long as you realize that there's a number in front of the bracket, a number inside the bracket, and then there's a number being added or subtracted. Okay, now, so this is called the vertex form. Now, the reason this is called the vertex form is when the equation is in this format, you can clearly see what the vertex is. Okay, so this number that's adding, okay, is basically okay, the plus b is the vertical translation. So it tells you if it's plus, it's up. If it's minus, it's down. It tells you the y coordinate. The one inside the bracket, okay, it tells you the x coordinate, but in the opposite. So if it's plus a, it means minus. And if it's minus, it means plus. So if I have an equation like this, okay, so I can clearly tell my vertex from this. So this here is my vertical, okay, and it's as it is. I don't have to change the sign. This is my x, but I have to change the sign. It's a minus, so it's going to be plus. So the vertex is that. Okay, so that's the vertex form. Now, what we are going to be doing is using that information, we are going to come up with the equation of our graph. Okay, so here we go. So in this graph, okay, I can clearly see the vertex. Okay, vertex is at 2, -1. Okay, it's moved 2 to the right, 2 units to the right. Okay, because it's moved to the right, it's actually going to be minus. So it's going to be -2. All right, and then it's moved 1 unit down. So I'm going to make that -2, -1. Okay, so, and then what we do is we substitute another coordinate. In this case, we know the y-intercept, which is over there. It is 0, 3. So I'm going to substitute that in to work out the number in front of my bracket. So I'll show that working here. So I've got, so far, this is my equation, y equals a bracket x -2 whole squared -1. And it goes through 0, 3. Okay, so remember, x is 0 and y is 3. So what it's saying is when x is 0, y is 3. So I'm going to replace x with 0 and replace y with 3. So 3 is equal to 0 -2 whole squared -1. So 0 -2 is -2, -2 squared is 4. So 4a -1 is equal to 3. So 4a is equal to, moving the -1 over, it becomes 4. A is equal to 1. So my equation is, because a is 1, I don't have to write it out, x -2 whole squared -1. That's my equation. Okay, so let's now try one more question, which is, again, in the same format. And if you haven't already done these pages, hopefully you can do them today. Okay, so let's do the next question. So the first step is figuring out where the turning point is. So the turning point is this one here. Okay, and I can see it's moved 2 to the left. So 2 units to the left. Okay, because it's gone left, I'm going to make that +2 here. And it has moved 3 units down. Okay, so it's going to be x +2, and then here it's -3. All right, and the y-intercept I can see is it goes through 0. Let me make it a bit bigger. I think it's 0, 1. Yeah, it goes through 0, 1. So I'm going to substitute that in and work out what my A is. So the y-intercept is 0, 1. So let me again, oopsie, that's not what I want you to do. 0, 1. So what that means is when x is 0, y is 1. Okay, so my partial equation that I have, so 1, because it's y equal to, we don't know what A is, x is 0 plus 2 squared minus 3. Okay, so now I'm going to go 2 squared is 4, so times A, 4a minus 3 is equal to 1. Okay, so 4a is equal to 1 plus 3, which is 4. A is equal to 4 divided by 4, which is 1. Now, we just happen to have both situations where A is 1. It's not always going to be the case. Sometimes you will get a fraction, sometimes you will get decimals. In this part of the in this particular topic, you are allowed a calculator. Okay, so y is equal, the equation must be y is equal to 1, so I don't have to write the 1, x plus 2 whole squared minus 3. Okay, so that is my equation. Now,